Okay, we're putting the setting up stream now sign back up because we are setting up the stream now. We ran into some audio issues with the new mic setup that we're trying to get resolved before HHH tomorrow. So let's make sure that this is going to work. Pop out chat. Nothing I had set up before is still set up properly. My camera is going to be wrong because every time you restart the computer, it changes all of your camera settings over and over and over again, and it makes me hate computers and specifically Microsoft products. So Windows is terrible, and I cannot wait for the Mac Pro to come out and to be able to afford it because, wow, this is a terrible slog. Okay, here's some music.
Screen, placing blocks per hand, it's the hills extreme. Have you ever seen a Yo's expand? Grown and shown up with your demands, yeah. Everybody subscribe, Sean Hills is here to promote his bro live. Placing blocks all over the place, all powered by a vegan with jump boost and haste. Brother, I'll watch him let's play and excavate with Joe, all the views I'll say it. Binge watch, hermit, craft, binge watch, hermit, craft, binge watch, hermit, craft. Joe, 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 Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Joe. Stream it. Fill in your gaps, check live feeds and load up Hermitcraft. Watch it on any side screen. Back it up to clone redstone machines just building. With dry concrete powder, wetting it down for a much smoother towel. Cause on this tube there's only one server. The whitelist is closed, so don't inquire further. Neighboring players compete on their stores. Hermitcrafters you love with improv rapport, you just binge watch, hermit, craft, binge watch, hermit, craft, binge watch, hermit, craft. Joe. Go binge watch, 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 Joe. Viewers, you better click subscribe because today we're building that hype. Comment, your praises don't fail. Sean Hill's on a roll with Hermitcraft details. Singing out loud the way it should be sung with the natural sound that you like for fun. You know it's live now like a Hermitcrafter. Read the description, tweet about it after. The hour of the Hermit is nigh. Churning out videos y'all will like. Binge watch, hermit, craft. Binge watch, hermit, craft. Binge watch, hermit, craft. Joe. Go binge watch, 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 Joe. Binge watch, hermit, craft. Binge watch, hermit, craft. Binge watch, hermit, craft. Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Go binge watch, Joe. Joe.
Welcome, Silent Whisperer Raiders. This is kind of a weird one. Whoops. Somebody said, Lord Revan says, I hate to be that person, but audio star. What? No. Tell me specifically. We are actually actively trying to fix audio problems right now. I've got a new mic set up, and there were some issues with piping music in that was breaking the stream. We had to reboot the whole computer, install a bunch of drivers. If there is something wrong, please tell me. Please tell me specifically. Please tell me specifically what's wrong. I don't understand. I typed audio wrong. Oh, okay. I'm just gonna put my head down and cry. I'm glad that this is working. Welcome. We are currently setting up the stream. Everything is all over the place right now because the audio was broken. I tried playing a sound clip before and it was really messed up. My old mic died during a recording the other day, and so we're in the process of getting all the replacement stuff in. Okay, so if you've never seen a Joe Hill stream before, just so you know, we got a few things. This is my setup screen. My setup screen is just what I normally do with setting up stream now. What I'm actually building in Hermitcraft this season is a colossal scale pinball machine, which I can't show you during the day because our friend Etho just asked not to sleep tonight. I've got the cabinet roughed in, and I'm working on the playfield placement. I got the lockdown bar mounting bracket right there. But for the most part, this is a work in progress. This is nowhere near done. It is colossal scale. It is 128 meters wide and 256 meters deep, such that it will show up as 2 maps if you look at it in a smaller scale model. What? There's one now. See, this is what it looks like from above using maps. It's exactly as wide as it needs to be. We don't have all the parts in yet, but it's going to look great later. What? How dare you? How dare you two zombies come and attack me from the darkness on this, the night of my ethos not sleeping? That's very unfair. Very unfair of you. Okay. I do have a Minecon 2011 cape. I did go to Minecon in Las Vegas. Okay, so here is what we are going to do next. We're going to check. Now, the specific track that I tried playing earlier, that everybody was like, oh no, that sounds broken. We're going to try playing the same track again. It's only... This is my setting up stream now song called When Will My Stream Begin. We're going to test this. It's 2.5 minutes. I'm sorry, Raiders, you're coming in on a stream, and I'm in the middle of weird stuff, but I appreciate the raid Silent Whisper, and I appreciate y'all's patience, but I just really want to make sure that I've got this issue fixed, because I've got a collab stream tomorrow, and we got to get all this stuff fixed by then. So I'm going to play the same exact track that I played before we rebooted the computer, so that y'all out there in Streamland, who have been thankfully patient while I rebooted and installed these drivers, can tell me if this sounds distinctly better, which in theory it should. So this is a parody song I wrote in the style of Ben Folds 5 called When Will My Stream Begin. Let's go.
Oh. 8:30 p.m. the usual streaming setup. Turn on the lights, make sure they're bright and gleam. Title and tweet, pour water, tank top and chroma. OBS seems all set, so I click start the stream, and so I'll pause folding and open VLC. I'll pick 2 songs before lay our head down and dream. I'll say that's us to y'all. Joe Hill's from Tennessee. Folks asking when will my stream begin? After howdy, it's items and chess tools breaking. Pickaxe from poof while talking to you professional Minecrafter here, there's no mistaking. Then I'll click crafting quick, anvil time, enchant pick, then I'll replace the books in random chests with care. I'll tour my winery, I know there's blocks somewhere, and then I'll hush and hush and hush and hush chat swears, not any closer to recording. Folks keep asking and asking and asking and asking, when will my stream begin? Seriously, y'all, I need to record this next episode. I've been working toward. I can't edit without footage, no. Once I'm all geared up, maybe we can start the show.
All right, maybe we can start the show. I would like to believe that that will sound better. Now, because of the way that I've got my headphones plugged in, I couldn't hear the problem that y'all were hearing last time. So hopefully we're good. We've got the big thing that was off was that we couldn't change the sample rate of the mixing box without installing the driver and rebooting, which is a real flaw in the way the thing is designed. But in theory, you wouldn't normally need to change that very often. We're going to leave it on when it's at forever now. We're good. We're good forever. 100 years of the mixing box being perfect, hopefully. Why is the camera all the way over there? I must have moved in my chair when I was rewiring. I also tried a bunch of other stuff, because at first when I reinstalled the driver, I couldn't get it to work. But, okay. Stephanie Hall says it sounded like an 80s mixed tape before. Okay. So we've definitely resolved that issue. Awesome. Okay. So, next thing we need to do then... Oh, I need to go shopping, but... We need to let Etho have his... Okay. So what I was going to suggest, and this is a good time to go look at it, is... So, what I was thinking for my terrible idea was, what if we make the haunted forest out of coral and concrete powder for fall? Wow, there's a little bit of a chunk load hop, skip, and a jump right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and wander on this way. Other things that the Silent Whisper raiders might not realize is the way the stream works is that people can tip to make the camera larger. This is actually the most obnoxious face camera size. We got to the most obnoxious face camera size right before everything broke. And so tips might still be coming in, but I actually don't know that one way or the other because I had to reboot the computer and I haven't got the alerts up. So let me... check that real quick. Tips are welcome via paypal.me/JoeHills and YouTube Super Chat. So we might be able to blow past this obnoxious face camera size real quick. But anyway, the haunted forest here, I'll duck out of the way so you can see it. We've got, it's all green right now. We have all green leaves. But what if we replaced it with red and yellow coral, live coral, and concrete, and also mixed in some orange, red, and yellow concrete powder? Finding ways to keep... I don't think that the coral actually gets waterlogged, right? So I think I could put concrete powder on top of and below the coral, as long as it's not touching the water source block itself. We're going to have to experiment with that. But let's go check our tipping alerts here. Okay, looks like we do not have a backlog, which is good, because I would feel bad if folks were waiting for me to thank them and I was just screwing around with the audio. But, okay. Yeah, so you see how we've got all these trees here. Once again, ducking out of the way. We've got all these trees here that are covered with the lichen, right? So we replace the leaves on these trees with the wet coral, the dry concrete powder, and then recoat it with the lichen. I think that would look cool. How will we keep the coral alive? Well, this is kind of like a puzzle where we try and put wet blocks next to the coral, but not next to the concrete powder. And then we can mix in red sand, which looks like concrete powder, but isn't exactly, in places where we need to bridge the gap between the two, right? Silent Whisperer says, that sounds good, painful, but good looking. Yeah, it's nothing I've seen anybody try before. It used to be that every fall in like season 1 of Hermitcraft, like 10 years ago, I would come through and I would replace all the leaves on the trees outside my house with orange and yellow and red wool. And I was like, how could I do this in a more modern way? And this is the best I could come up with in terms of using newer materials, was mixing coral and concrete powder. And so we'll have this whole little grove and whatnot around our haunted house here. Kind of feel like it's more ready for Halloween. Because it's already a little bit spooky, but it doesn't feel very autumnal. So that's what I'm thinking. We're not going to change the trunks. The trunks on these trees are kind of a combination of dead coral and stone and basalt and stuff. I have to keep ducking out of the way for you here to get a sense of it. But I thought that was a monster. I saw it out of the corner of my eye. Oh boy. Do I need to do the audio test with another hermit? Well, we can check on that tomorrow. Let's see. Are there any active groups? Who's online? Etho, Jevin, me, and Hypno. We're fine. Okay, filters. Is this actually set properly? Okay, cool. Accidental jump scare. Yeah, it's like Joe Hills. I'm gonna make the hauntedest house ever. Also, Joe Hills. I'm scared of whatever this is. Like, now, in fairness, I did put this here because I thought it would look creepy to people, but once again, I put this here. I did that. That's me. That's dead bush jump scare. Lumity Lover says, love your mustache. What's your secret? I grew it out for 3 years. Like, I used to think I would be incapable of growing a beard. And so what I would do is every year between like Christmas and New Year's, I would like take a break from shaving and kind of see like, how far can I get in a week? And it just like, I don't know, it was always terrible. And then like one year when I was like 30 something, I hit a point where I was like on some random, what do you call it? Some random point in the year where I'm like, I don't have to be anywhere important for 3 or 4 weeks. Let me just try not shaving for a month. Maybe the 1 week thing was too short. Maybe that was the problem. And that was absolutely the problem. It just looked terrible for the first 2 or 3 weeks, but by the time I hit the month, it like started looking good, and then longer it looked better. So yeah. Okay. So now that we have now that it's daytime, hopefully there's no mobs spawned at Grian's entity, because I need to go buy a bunch of stuff. Oh, Silent Whisperer was generous enough to raid me, so welcome, Siren. Glad you could join us. Whether or not you intended to, you are certainly welcome to be here. My name is Joe Hills. I'm broadcasting live from Nashville, Tennessee, here on the Hermitcraft server. This is our shopping district. This is an opportunity for you to really experience the Hermitcraft server through the eyes of a long-term member. I have been playing on the server since 5 weeks into the first season of Hermitcraft, making me the original new guy. I was the first person to join the server who was not a founding member. So let's see. I dislike that Grian didn't leave a ender chest here somewhere. Or, like, if he did, it's somewhere so well concealed. It's too clever by half. I think I need to go get a different one. So, yeah, in terms of... Somebody's like, but how do you you shave the mustache or beard? Well, at first, the first thing I did was just I left it completely alone and just let it grow out completely naturally. And then I had to, I guess the first time that I actually went to a barber for it, I think was when I had to go to court for the custody case. Like with my divorce. And so I went to like an executive, like business barber, and I said, can you make me look like a professional person? And I think I came in there with like 6 or 7 inch hair and like this crazy beard. It's like, hi, I have to be in court in 3 days and I don't want to lose my kid. Let's, and the guy's like, wait, so you're just going to cut all this off? Or, like, I'm like, yeah, make me look like I am, yeah, whatever you do for like your junior executives and lawyers or whatever, do that. Like, yeah. So I didn't want to shave the entire beard and mustache off, but I was like, make the beard and mustache, make me look like distinguished, like I know what I'm doing, like, and the guy did a great job. And basically, I asked him some questions while he was working on it, because I had never really like trimmed a mustache before. I had just like let it grow out, and Yeah, so then after that, I just mostly let it grow out. But when I have trimmed it, I followed based on like stuff that guy did. So even though it was probably more expensive than like the random barber shop, I guess I could have gone to, or because it was like it was more of an upscale place, like I said, because I was trying to, I wanted to look like, because I had like a really nice suit and I wanted it to look like the suit and the hair and everything went together, and I didn't lose my kid, so I guess it was worth it. Um, but yeah, so you go to a professional once, see what they do, and then just copy that when you get home. Would be yeah. Yeah, I walked in and said, "This is give me the I want to keep my kids look." And he's like, "Usually people who have long hair are worried about losing." I'm like, "I don't care. Cut it all off. Like give me, you know, you know, like make it look like I know what I'm doing." Because I know what I'm doing, but I don't trust like a 65-year-old judge to look at me and think I know what I'm doing, right? You know, I'm not willing to gamble like about something that important. It's like if this guy wants me to look like a high power young executive, it's like, because that's the other thing too. Is it's like if I'm going to look competent, I'm gonna go for what does a judge thinks looks competent, you know. So, and I mean, my hair has grown back significantly since then. I could, if I take the hat off, um, you know, ta-da, it's down to here. So, but yeah, my attorney didn't yell at me. So, yeah. Okay. So we need to get, yeah, we were trying to buy some stuff from Grian's and we didn't have any emeralds. I should let my daughter braid my hair. I don't have any problem with that. She just doesn't like braiding. I would be fine with it, but she would be bored. So I'm not gonna be like insist on stuff like that. Like that's, I let her kind of determine her own level of involvement with, things like that. I don't know. Lord Revan says, "How do you keep your hair in a hat?" Well, I pulled my hair like back into like almost a ponytail, and then I put the hat on. I've got the hat the other way now, but core concept. The hair is basically kind of, I pulled it into a ponytail before I put the hat on. If I really want to, I can use the ponytail hole in the back of the hat to keep. I don't use like what do you call those, scrunchies or whatever usually, but like I will use the hat to hold the hair in place like that if I'm like cleaning or doing something where I need it out of the way. So, are my ends dyed? No, that's just the green screen doesn't handle the edges of the hair very well. No, it's just natural hair color. So let's go. Mars says, "Your rocker look is so fresh, Joe. Much respect. Trying to grow my hair out for fun, but every week I get a new haircut urge." Yeah, I think it helps that haircuts cost money, and I don't have a lot of extra of that, and so, like, yeah, it's one less thing to worry about. But at on the other hand, too, like, if I had to go back in court, like if something happened with relocation or something and I had to go deal with that, like I would absolutely just cut it all off again if I had to. Like it's one of those things, like some people get really, like, how they present themselves is a big part of their identity, and that's not the case for me. I want to be comfortable, but being comfortable is a nice to have, For other people, their appearance is like, I don't know, more intrinsically linked. I don't. It's hard for me to express this because this is not something. Because I'm trying to describe something other people experience that I don't in the same way. If that makes any sense. But, okay, I don't know if Ethos still need no sleep. Etho? Because I don't... Okay. Dang it, of course there's a creeper next to my bed. But luckily we've got like 8 beds on this structure just in all the different corners and stuff. So... yeah, different people have different, like, strengths of links between their identity and their presentation. But anyway, speaking of presenting things, here's my winners don't use drugs attract mode screen for the pinball machine with King Ren. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. Okay, so what we have now is we have a bunch of concrete powder, we have a bunch of coral, we have a bunch of red sand. So I think we are ready to move forward with that. Now it is getting close to 10:30, and it is a school night, so I actually managed to go the whole day without taking a nap. I've had the problem that, like, I'm either too tired to function, or I'm like, I've got stuff to do later, so I better take a nap, and then I'm like, oh, now I can't sleep at night. But I actually made it through the whole day without being too tired to function. And I gotta get I say we, my daughter and I have to get her to school tomorrow, but it's my job. I'm the one that has to, make sure that actually happens. So let's go ahead, and we are inside of our Elvira's House of Horrors now. Let's go ahead and put our materials for this build in here, so we have those ready for tomorrow night. Tomorrow during the day, we're going to work on the pinball machine itself. Wait, when did Scar get here? Oh, uh-oh. Well, luckily, I think I'm about to call it a night anyway. We have fixed all of the things that we need to fix with the audio. We've got all the materials gathered for the next 2 streams. And I feel like I need to make sure that I'm fixing my sleep schedule. So thank you again to Silent Whisperer for the raid, and for everybody else who came in over the course of the night. Thank you for everybody who's rejoining us after the computer reboot. I know that this whole stream has been a complete shambles, and I appreciate your help. So here's what we are going to do now. We're going to see, let's see, it is Sunday night. Sometimes, let's see who is doing what. Wow. Let's see, who do we want to rate? I'm going to go ahead, and it looks like our friend Surreal is playing Forza, which is a racing game. It's actually Forza 5, which is an odd choice. If you're going to name a game, you think they would have just, like, shortened it to 5za or something. He's got his Be Right Back screen on. Oh, he might be about to end his stream. Never mind. Let's see what's going on over here. Is this a stream that's actually... Okay, that stream is also AFK. Wow. Okay. Hey, it looks like our friend Good is playing Firewatch, which is a story walking simulator game. I've known Good since, actually since the Minecon where I got the cape I'm wearing that y'all were commenting on earlier. Firewatch is a really weird story game where, like, a lot of people play it with the map on, like with the, like, waypoints and stuff, but you can actually play it where you play it like a real navigation game with, like, a compass, and you're looking at landmarks and terrain features on the map rather than just following a yellow arrow that says 73 meters this way. So I don't know if y'all have seen it, but Firewatch is a really gorgeous game. So you go hang out with Good and Arcus at Good's channel. twitch.tv/good. When you get there, our raid message is, howdy, y'all. Joe Hills raid here. Anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring. Do-do-do-do.